neighborhood of Atlanta, and I pay about $1,800 a month for my 1-bedroom apartment, including utilities and all of that. This is also my first apartment living alone, and as I'm about to move out and move in with my partner, I wanted to document this space and everything that I got to put in it without having to get anyone else's input and just being able to decorate it the way that I wanted to. Let's take a look. Starting at the entryway, we have my little shoe rack, which was really expensive, but I really love this thing, even though I feel like it was very overpriced for a few pieces of metal. And then over here on the right, or the left for you, I have my little closet, coat closet. It's kind of a mess in here. I don't like thinking about it. It does what it needs to do. It holds all the things that I need, but also many a thing have gotten lost in here. Then we have the laundry closet, and I'm actually really happy with the size of these machines. Moving on to the kitchen, I really love this kitchen, mostly for this island. Having such a huge space to cook has been amazing. I also wanted to do a quick tour of what's in all of my cabinets. I just think it's interesting to see the way that people organize these spaces. So above the fridge is basically just storage. And then we have the pantry, which I reorganized in a video recently. So I won't go into this in too much detail, but it's pantry. It's got all my food. And then up top again is storage. Then we have another cabinet that I reorganized recently. So this is all my mugs, coffee, tea stuff. And then I have hot chocolate up at the top, which I'm gonna bring down soon. I also wanted to take a moment for my stand mixer. You'll notice that I don't really keep appliances out, and that's something that I picked up from my mom. I really don't like the look of appliances on the counter. Next, we have this cabinet to the left of the stove. And in here, I have my air fryer, mixing bowls, and then Tupperware and measuring cups. Above the microwave, I don't have anything. I can't reach up here very easily at all. And because of the outlet for the microwave, I didn't really want to store anything in there. To the right of the stove, we have all of my plates and bowls and stuff. I keep the bowls on the bottom shelf because it's easier to like lift them up and pull them out. I'm 5'0", so it's really important to me to have everything in my cabinets at an accessible height if I need to get to them frequently. So that's why these are the only shelves that are used in this cabinet, because this is the stuff that I reach for all the time. On the counter, I keep this little tray of spices and oils and stuff that I use frequently when I'm cooking. I'll also keep garlic here and any veggies that I normally wouldn't put in the fridge, like a potato or an onion or something. I keep all that kind of stuff here so then I can just grab it while I'm cooking, and it's all nice and easy where I need it. In the sink area, we have a cup that I probably should put in the dishwasher. I don't know why I left that out. I put everything away. I tried to clean for you guys, but I left that out for some reason. Oops. Then I have my big wood cutting board back behind the sink. I like it on display. I think it looks nice. And it's just so big and clunky, I don't think it would fit very well in any of my cabinets. Above the sink, we have some mugs and glasses on display, as well as my soaps. I don't like having them at the level of the sink. I don't know why. Again, it's like a visual clutter thing of having things on the counter. So I put them up here so I can still get to them easily, but they feel like they have a more intentional place. Okay, last top cabinet is just all of my cups and glasses. And then on the right side of the sink, I have my Brita pitcher out because as I'm doing this, I want to water my plants. So this is to remind me to water my plants. I've been really bad about watering them recently, and I'm trying to bring some of them back to life or see if they're just dead. And then I have kind of like a junk mail section, not junk mail, but like things that come in the mail that I need to keep but don't really know where to put yet. And then like random little things over here, including the license plate from my car, which used to be my parents' car, and when we switched the title over to me, I obviously got my own license plate for it, and now I just have their license plate because I don't know what to do with it. It feels weird throwing it out. I don't know. What do you do with an old license plate? Someone please tell me. All right, I think the last big thing that we have to go over is this drawer. All of my other drawers are just like cooking utensils and stuff. I only have 2 other drawers and then a couple other cabinets with just like pots and pans and whatever. I have my Instant Pot, and then I have my Ninja blender food processor thing. And way in the back there, I have a clothes steamer just because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. I also recently reorganized under my sink, which feels kind of silly to say looking at it now because it doesn't look that impressive, but it was a lot worse, trust me. Dishwasher, oven, and then the last little cabinet area. So first drawer, fun stuff. This drawer is my smallest drawer, so it's for the stuff I don't use as often. And then last little cabinet, oh, we didn't even go over the other one. We might as well do this one first. These are the last of my appliances. So I have a toaster, I have a hand mixer, which matches my stand mixer. That was unintentional. I have lavender syrup, which is kind of a random thing in this cabinet, but it's tall, so there's nowhere else for it to go. And then I have my hot water kettle. The last cabinet is just pots and then some cutting boards. And all of my cookie sheet pans and stuff are all in the bottom of the oven. I'm not even gonna open it because it's annoying and kind of janky, and I don't wanna deal with closing it. But just imagine like a muffin tin and a baking sheet and things like that, they go down there. And the last things in the kitchen are my trash can. And then I have this bag of flour. Usually I get flour in like plastic tubs and I just put it in my pantry, but this bag of flour, it just got really floury when I used it. And so I'm keeping it in the Trader Joe's bag that I bought it in to contain the mess. And I've been using that as kind of an area to like scoop and like dust off the top of it or like level it off and not care if it doesn't all get back in the bag. That's here for now. That's probably here until I move out. Oh wait, we didn't go over my fridge. Okay, so on my fridge, I have a bunch of art that I used to have in my cubicle at work. And now I have all of my work art on my fridge since I work from home more. I still wanted to see it and I wanted it displayed in some way. Oh, and last thing over here, I think, is my framed puzzle. So I did this puzzle a few months ago and I really loved it. And I'd been wanting to put something here. I had one piece of art here, but it was a little small and I wasn't in love with it. I wanted to frame one of my puzzles and I just loved all the colors in this one. I liked the gold foiling. I did get a frame that was slightly too small and I did have to take off one row of puzzle pieces, but that's okay. Last thing in the kitchen is this little end cap shelf that I have here. And this is really just for display purposes. I have fake plant, little statue, some cookbooks that I don't reference very often, but I feel like they make good kitchen decor. An art print that I didn't have anywhere else to hang and it fit perfectly in this space. And by perfectly, I mean like at an angle it fit perfectly. Then I have my Dutch oven here, basically just to hold this thing up. I haven't used this. I think I used this once last winter to make chili. My partner also has one of these, so I'm not sure whose we're keeping. They're actually the exact same color too. I might not be needing this anymore, but it has served me well in all of my chili needs over the years. Okay, on to the living room. I could have probably folded my weighted blanket better for you, but this is probably the most realism of this video. This is like the only thing I didn't intentionally clean. I am simply too lazy to move it back and forth between the couch and the chair, depending on which section of the room I'm showing. So, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's fine. You don't care that much, do you? No one cares. Now that we're onto one of the more furnished spaces, I will try to mention where things are from, but most of my furniture is from my parents. They downsized a few years ago and I was lucky enough to be able to take a lot of their furniture with me, so I didn't have to furnish a whole apartment from scratch when I moved out. And this couch is from them, the side table is from them, this lamp is from them. I got a new lampshade, which is from IKEA, but the whole like lamp, arched lamp base and everything is from them. No idea where they got it. My one big purchase that I made when I moved into this apartment specifically by myself was this coffee table, and I am in love with it. It's so pretty. It was a lot of money, but again, it was the only big piece of furniture I bought. It's really the only piece of furniture that I bought when I moved in here, aside from my bookshelves, but that's like a necessity, right? That's not like furniture that I didn't really need. Anyway, I love this coffee table. It's from Too Modern. I think it's really pretty. I think that it keeps the space feeling very open. And this is definitely coming with me to my partner's place, and we'll be replacing his coffee table with this one. And I'm so excited. All right, back to our walking overview. In this corner to the left of the couch, I have my guitar. The last 2 years, I've just kind of been using this decor because my parents were going to get rid of it, or they didn't want to get rid of it, something about this guitar, it couldn't be gotten rid of, and so I have to keep it, and now I'm the keeper of the guitar, and now it's just decor in the corner, and I have to find a spot for it. Then we've got my basket of blankets. I have plant stuff. This whole side table is basically just plant things. I have soil, I have pots. If you open that drawer, it's a lot of pots. Let's do it. Let's open the drawer. Why not? Yeah, it's just a lot of plant pots and things. Oh, I have a candle in here. Oh, it's a holiday candle. Wait. Oh my God, there's still some candle left. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave that out now. Glad we did this. I also have some coasters in here. Oh, I forgot about this coaster. I should probably donate that. I also, in my last apartment, upgraded the knobs on this, and you'll see that this side table actually matches my dresser. And I'm so happy I did that. I think one of my biggest tips ever, which I feel like everyone says who's into interior design, but if you upgrade the knobs on something, especially if it's not quite your style and you just pick a knob that's a little bit more your style, it'll look so much better. Anyway, have a plant here. This plant can actually go quite a while without water, so it looks pretty good right now. And then I have some like card game stuff, my book that I'm reading, pictures, and this lamp, which I absolutely love. The base came from my parents, and it used to be in our basement growing up. And then I have a new lampshade that I got for it, which is from IKEA. I have a few art prints above the couch, which another thing that I was really excited about getting my own place and living alone is that I can do the art in the living room however I want, and I don't have to think about it being neutral enough for someone else or generic enough to suit someone else's tastes. I was able to just do whatever I wanted with the wall art, and I love that. Weighted blanket, not gonna talk about it. Christmas blanket, has to be out right now. Some little plushies that I got from, I think it's called Fangamer, I think that's the website, but this little guy's from Ooblets and this guy is from Spiritfarer. Another lamp that is from my parents. The couch is also a sleeper sofa, which I used to use whenever I had guests over all the time. But as soon as I got this coffee table and upgraded from a really cheap, really lightweight IKEA coffee table that I had, I just never move the coffee table anymore. And if I have a friend stay over, they usually just sleep on the couch. To the right of the couch, we have a little, I think it's honestly like a $10 metal shelf from IKEA. I will either be getting rid of this when I move or just keeping it in the garage for extra storage, but it kind of holds up this floor pillow. I have another one on the rug right now. And by the way, I think this rug is from Overstock. I'm pretty sure I got it on Overstock, but I'm not sure that it's available anymore. I really, really like it, but I don't know where it's gonna go in my partner's place. I might just have to roll it up and keep it in the garage because I do like it a lot. Anyway, back over to this side, we have some more plant stuff on the bottom shelf, and then I keep like a bunch of nail stuff and like craft stuff in these bins on the top. I also have a nice, beautiful extension cord running along the bottom of the bookshelf because there's an outlet over here and there's no convenient outlet like towards the edge of the couch where I can charge my phone or charge my computer if I'm sitting on the couch. So I usually just drag this extension cord around wherever I need it. I also paint my nails at the coffee table a lot, and I have a gel nail lamp, so I'll plug that into the extension cord and like drag it over and paint my nails over here. All right, and then we have the bookshelves, which I went over in more detail in my first ever video, so you can check that out if you want like a rundown of every shelf, but essentially I'll just call out my favorite shelf here. These are some of my favorite books. Fairy Tale by Stephen King, I think, is my favorite book of 2023. So I have that one on display now. And then down at the bottom, I have a bunch of like journals, puzzles, and then in the corner, I have some wall art that I swapped out at some point, didn't have space for anymore, whatever. I just kind of left it over there thinking I might switch things out and then never did. So that's just kind of an art graveyard. On to the desk setup. Over here, I have my desk, which again is from my parents. I always used this desk when I would come home to visit, and even when I moved back in with them during 2020, I had this as like my main work desk, so they let me take it with me when I moved out, and that was super nice. It's so great to just have, again, one less thing to buy, even though honestly, I don't love this desk. I think the way that it was like reassembled this time, or it's been taken apart and reassembled so many times, there are certain things about it that like the joints aren't quite secure, and it makes me nervous, especially with it being a glass top. I would like to get a desk with the option to stand, but for now, this is good enough. It was a free desk. I'm not in any rush to replace it. But a lot of the rest of the stuff at this desk I brought over from my work setup at work when I actually had a desk there. Like, I used this desk mat and this keyboard as decor almost at my desk at work just to make it feel a little bit more homey. And it's actually really nice to have it in my home, and this desk feels a lot less bland. I used to just have like the basic Apple keyboard here, and it was very boring, and I like this a lot better now. But I also have a little calendar that my partner got me as a Christmas present last year. He's done that the last 2 years because I always like having something on my desk that makes me think of him but is also functional. I also have a plant that's dying. We're not going to talk about her. I'm supposed to be watering my plants. Please hold. I didn't forget about this one. It's fake, and I already watered this one. We're done here. Ooh. Okay, great. Now that that's done, what was I saying? So basically the way that I use this area is for 3 different purposes, or 3 different setups, I guess. And that works out really well because my mouse and my keyboard both have settings to connect with 3 different devices. So it's perfect. But I have my personal laptop, my work laptop, and my PC, which is way over in the corner. All right, and this brings us to the last area of my living space, my TV console section. So over here, I have this shelf that I actually put in over the summer. So it's only been here for a few months, but I feel like it added so much to this wall and to the space to have the shelf above the TV just displaying one of my favorite puzzle boxes, some of my favorite books from 2022, and a couple plants which have seen better days. Down here in my TV console, I have a lot of random stuff. This is kind of like a giant junk drawer for me, especially recently. And you'll see what I mean when we get to this side. But this top shelf is just random stuff. And then down here I have my Switch. So this is where I hide my dock. On this other side, we just have a lot of pumpkins now. I have all of my fall decor here because what this used to be was my board game cabinet. And I recently moved all of my board games to my partner's house, so now I just have like the actual most random stuff. I just think this stuff is interesting. You know, you always wonder what's inside people's consoles. Maybe that's just me, but now you know, it's pumpkins. On to the bedroom. I am one of those people that makes my bed pretty much every day, so this is normally what my room looks like. This is another room where the big pieces of furniture, like the bed frame, the dresser, and this mirror all came from my parents. Especially this mirror, I feel so lucky to have. This was always in our dining room, and my parents were, again, just going to get rid of it when they were downsizing. And I was like, please let me keep this mirror, oh my God. And now I have this giant, beautiful mirror, and I have nowhere to put it in my partner's house. So we're just gonna hold on to this until we have a bigger house. There's no way that I'm getting rid of this thing. I'm keeping this forever. Unlike the rest of my bedroom furniture, which I am going to let go. And then of course we have my little dog. I always loved stuffed animals growing up, and in the last few years I've embraced that it's okay to sleep with a stuffed animal as an adult, and I think that he adds a little fun to my bed and he makes it cute, and then I snuggle him at night and it's great. So we're not judging the stuffed animal. Opposite my bed in the corner over here, this is really great. I think it's like described as a blanket holder, but I saw this in another YouTube apartment tour, and I think it's so genius to get one of these blanket holders and put it in the corner of your room to hang pants on that you're going to wear again. So I always hang my jeans here until I've worn them enough to wash them, and same thing with like any other pants that I wear to work and don't need to wash after one wear. It's just so nice to have a designated spot to put those kinds of things instead of having like a chair that everything gets dumped on or like a basket that everything gets dumped in. It just looks so much nicer than having a pile of clothes on the floor. So I love this thing. Have a couple art prints over here on this wall. I had a set of 3 of these, and they were all movies that I wrote some sort of essay about or studied in college when I was studying film. I kept these 2 just because color-wise I felt like they went best with the space, but I also have another one of these for Juno. Then moving on to my side table, this is another one of those like $10 IKEA metal shelves. And I've used this as a side table in apartments for quite a while. I always had the intention of buying a different side table or buying like a little shelf to put on the wall, but I never found something that quite fit my needs. So I always just kept this, and I'm kind of glad that I did now. Moving on to the other side, we have the dresser. Again, I replaced all of the knobs on here, and I feel like it just made it look so much more modern. It had those like rounded wooden knobs that just came with it, and they were fine, but I like the gold ones so much more, especially with the gold mirror above it. It just makes it all look like one cohesive thing. I am kind of sad to be getting rid of this dresser, but again, it's not quite my style. That's why I changed the knobs in the first place. And I think that it will serve someone else much better. Another real plant here, which I need to water. Hold on. It has a little Mario flag stuck in it from when I went to Super Mario World earlier this year. So that's a fun little Easter egg in my room for you. A few other things I haven't called out yet. So this little fake plant is from IKEA. The plant stand is from Target. This little lamp is from Target. And then this lamp up here is from Amazon. This is like the classic best dressed lamp from 2019 or 2018. Whenever she did some apartment makeover and she had this lamp in it, I was like, I absolutely have to have that, especially when I moved back in with my parents during 2020. I just had to spice up my room in some way, and I had this cord and hanging lamp situation that was actually attached to the ceiling, and I replaced the lampshade on it with this one, and I really like it. I love the color changing light bulb. It's so much fun. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I don't think there's really a place to put this in my partner's place. Another thing I haven't mentioned yet is the absolute crazy height of my ceilings. I think I have 14-foot ceilings in this apartment, and it really makes such a big difference with it being a relatively small apartment. That's why I had to get this like hanging plant hook for this lamp, because there's no way I was gonna hang this on the ceiling up there. It's just crazy. It's all the way up there. Let's go to the bathroom. Onto the bathroom. I feel like there's no good place for me to just like set up my camera and my phone and record. So we're just gonna do it like this. But this bathroom is actually pretty big for such a small apartment, especially because my bedroom is so small. I feel like of all the rooms in this place, the bedroom feels disproportionately small compared to the amount of space I have everywhere else in the apartment. On the counter, again, kind of like the kitchen, I don't keep that much on the counter in my bathroom, but the things I do keep are the things that I use every day and very frequently. Then over here in the corner, we have the toilet. We have a plunger that I've been lucky enough to not have to use since I moved in here. And then back behind there, you can't really see it, I have my little like toilet cleaning brush. And then up here we have my Stardew Valley flower dance poster that I got. I think I also got this from Fangamer, but I might have gotten it from somewhere else. Then over here behind me, we have the shower tub area, and I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. But there's a hook here that I keep my towel and hair towel on. I actually learned about this hack. I don't know if you want to call it a hack, but this idea of having like 2 shower curtains from watching a lot of like YouTube interior design videos, and it really does make it feel more luxurious to have 2 curtains and like split them in the middle. It also doesn't feel like you don't have enough curtain to pull over. And these curtains on the outside of the tub are actually just regular curtains from IKEA. They kind of pile up at the floor. And I think that only adds to like the luxurious look of the double curtains, but on the inside I have a regular shower liner. So that's how I did that. Behind the door, I have my bathrobe, which I just hang over this towel rod. I never put my actual towel on here just because I feel like I don't like that it's behind the door and it's hard to reach from the shower. Like that makes no sense. So I just shove my robe in there. And I also use this rack as like a place to hang a drying, like a clothes drying rack. I guess we can go through all my cabinets. Why not? Why not do that here too? If you're not interested, you can skip. I'll put a little timestamp. I'll do the little chapters. You can skip ahead if you don't care about what's in the cabinets. But in this first drawer, I'm actually pretty happy with a lot of these drawers because I have a lot of drawer organization bins that make things a lot nicer. This drawer is hair stuff, so I have my straightener, brush, all of that, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna go too into detail, hair stuff. This is makeup and random skincare stuff that I don't use as often, like travel stuff. Yes. This is extra toilet paper, candles, and essential oils, and a little plug-in thing. Oh my God, my hot chocolate candle. Yes, we're taking this out now. Ooh, do I have any other seasonal ones? No more seasonal candles, great. Alrighty, the cabinets down below, just, you know, normal first aid stuff, travel stuff, whatever stuff. Up top here, we have, this is a lot of like oral hygiene and then contacts. I've been trying to get a contact prescription for a while. It's not working out very well for me. I'm on my like 6th pair of trial lenses trying to find a brand that works. This is all my nail stuff. Then we have lotions, body stuff, aloe, period supplies, extra bath stuff, more toilet paper, which is very convenient right next to the toilet. I absolutely love using this drawer for that. And then recently it's become additional contacts and then cleaning tablets for my retainers. Done. I'm going to go over the closet very briefly as well because I did a whole video reorganizing it, but this closet is a good size. It's not as big as my last closet, so it was kind of hard for me to downsize to this closet, which feels ridiculous to say because it is a big walk-in closet. This closet really needs to like do everything. Like it has to be storage, it has to be clothes, it has to be everything. And I don't think it's big enough for that, but I made it work. It used to be much more crowded in here before I reorganized it, but I'll just show you what's in here now. I've condensed all of my clothes to this side. I used to have these filled as well, but I've condensed all of my clothes to this side, started moving some of my clothes to my partner's place. I use this shelf for just some additional storage. I have bins of socks and other like knitwear and cold weather stuff on this side. I have my 2 belts hanging right here, extra hangers, some pants that I'm probably gonna donate, bag of clothes to take to dry cleaning. And then I have like luggage stuff down here. I also have some shoe boxes. Again, more storage boxes, my old computer, things like that. Then I have more shoes, and up top, it's really just storage. Always save your TV boxes. If you have any big appliances, like I saved my KitchenAid box, I saved my air fryer box, save your boxes. Your movers will love you for it, I promise. And you'll just have the peace of mind of being able to pack that thing back in the box with all of the packing that it shipped with, and you know that nothing's gonna rattle around and get messed up. And then I have my Christmas decor up here. And that concludes the apartment tour. I hope this was helpful if you are looking to move to Atlanta and want a feel of pricing. I actually checked the other day, and my specific building is now listing units at this size much lower than the rent that I'm paying. I think my base rent is about $17 a month, and now they're offering units at this size closer to $15, $16 a month. So it looks like they're actually starting to drop their prices. I'm not sure if that's just the time of year, but something positive note to consider. Thank you for watching and letting me preserve this memory of my space, first space that I really had full control over. And I love this place so much. I am sad to leave, but I'm also excited for the next chapter of moving in with a partner and combining our things and all of that. It's like fun in a different way than putting this space together was. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked it. If you are looking for more moving content, I have a couple more videos coming, as well as more interior design related videos now that I'm moving in with my partner and have a space that he owns and that we can do a lot more with than I ever could with this apartment. Stay tuned for all of that, and thanks for watching. See you later. Hello. That felt so ridiculous. Hello. Hello, and welcome to my apartment. It feels like it's getting hot in here, but it's cold. On to the bedroom. See you later. I'm doing the wave again, it's fine.